For Father's Day, let's rank the 8 dads of House of the Dragon. Number 8 won't shock you. Let's start with the best dad. Number 1, Harwin's daddy, Lyonel Strong. Lyonel, in the few scenes we had of him, proved to not only be a loyal and honest advisor, but a proud dad and grandpa that raised 2 successful kids. Successful in their own right, of course. Harwin being known as the strongest man in the 7 kingdoms and becoming the captain of the Gold Cloaks, and Rawrist being incredibly smart and clever. And yeah, Rawrist burned his father and brother alive, but 1 out of 2 non-kin-slaying kids, it ain't bad in the world of ice and fire. Also, Rawrist did it for ambition, so Lyonel raised some real go-getters. Lyonel wasn't afraid to rein in his kids when he felt they were really messing up.
I wish my father affected a similar blindness.
Have I not, these many years? And yet today, you publicly assaulted a knight of the King's Guard in the defense of your...
But he also didn't unfairly push his children to rise higher.
You believe that your son, Sir Harwin Breakbones, the strongest knight in the 7 kingdoms, is the best match for an heir.
You flatter me, Your Grace, but no. It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the sea snake.
I feel like a lot of parents could take some tips from him. Overall, he was present, concerned, and a thoughtful father that raised 2 men to claim what they wanted. He didn't always approve of his son's choices, but he always loved and supported them. Number 2 best dad in the series is Laenor Velaryon. Laenor is honestly one of my favorite dads in the series. He knows those kids aren't his, but he still loves and protects them the best he can. He is still super excited when his wife gives birth and comes to see and help her afterwards. He has no anger that his own offspring won't sit the Iron Throne, continuing on his biological line. Not only that, he supports his wife's lover and the father of the children without jealousy. As Rhaenyra said,
I hate the gods for making me as they did.
I do not. You are an honorable man with a good heart. It's a rare thing.
if more people had a kind, considerate father like Laenor, the world would be a much better place. Continuing on, the number 3 best dad in the series, out of 8 dads that I'm talking about, is Harwin. While maybe not able to be fully present in his children's lives due to the whole treason thing, he makes an attempt to be there when he can. He is incredibly protective of his children and supports the mother of his children in every way he can. If he were to be able to fully be a father to them out in the open, I have no doubt he'd be an active, engaged father, raising his boys to be the best they can. If we're lucky, eventually they'll release some of the deleted scenes where Harwin and Jace actually talk to each other and Harwin gives him advice, but I'm not holding my breath for them to do that. Number 4 best daddy in the series out of the 8 I'm talking about is Corlys Velaryon. Corlys loved his kids so much that when both of them passed, he went away from home to fight because he just couldn't handle his own grief.
You abandoned me when I most needed you. Baelor and Rhaena needed you, and you abandoned us for more adventure at sea.
I had no other place to turn. I'd lost everything.
We lost Corlys. We.
He showed his kids how to treat women, being one of the best husbands in House of the Dragon, constantly pushed to give them more in life, and was supportive of his children's decisions when others weren't quite. Plus, he raised one of the best dads in the series. Daemon Targaryen is the number 5. Daemon has a lot of kids, especially if you count his stepkids. And despite that, he seems to give them all attention, which I find impressive. 7 kids is a lot of attention to spread around. In deleted scenes, we see that he comforted his girls and was there for them when they lost their mother and has a genuine connection with them. He respects his stepkids despite knowing they're bastards and is there for his pregnant wife. He's not the best dad because he could be more present with the girls in his life, and he was disrespectful at his kid's mother's funeral. and his ambition made him make some bad parenting decisions. Still, I would put him in the top of the bottom half of dads. Number 6 is Otto Hightower. Otto sucks hard, but he does care about his children reaching higher heights. Now, is it for his own house's ambition? Of course. But he did at first try to do it in a way that wasn't treason, like trying to betroth Aegon and Rhaenyra. He also sheltered his daughter from some of the harsher things he did for power. However, pimping out your own daughter...
I thought you might go to him, offer him comfort.
In his chambers.
Actively pushing her into treason.
Aegon, like his namesake, was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. If Viserys were to name him heir, the realm would fate him for it.
What of my son? Would you have me raise a man to steal his own sister's birthright?
It is Aegon that's being robbed.
And going behind his child's husband's back just makes him a shitty dad. Number 7, Viserys Targaryen. Viserys basically gave all his love and attention to one child and told the rest to piss off. His own kids didn't believe that he liked them.
Changed his mind.
Wow. No. He could have, but he never did. Because he didn't like me.
And yet, with his final breath, he whispered to me that you should take his place on the throne.
And his lack of parenting probably didn't help Aegon becoming an alcoholic womanizer, sexual assaulter, and Aemond a war criminal. Besides that, even the one kid he did like, he wasn't as proactive in protecting her as he should have been.
My only child.
If you wish me to bear it, then defend me. And my children.
Also, killing his kid's mom for his own selfish desires isn't the markings of a good father. And finally, the worst dad out of the 8 I'm talking about, King Aegon II. It's hard to be a worse dad than Aegon. He is an absent father.
Where is Aegon?
Not here.
He's not in his rooms.
Alcoholic. Woman abuser, so not really a great role model as a father in general. The guy considers pumping his wife to create heirs as the extent of his duties as a father, and he's just such an awful person. His wife is perfectly happy with that.
It isn't so bad. Mostly he just ignores you. Except sometimes when he's drunk.
Overall, I couldn't think of a more absent father that just does not give a shit about his kids. So that is how I rank the 8 dads in House of the Dragon. How would you rank these 8?